believe something and you can't find it in my character, it's hogwash. It's total nonsense. Anything I believe, let's call it emotional brainwash. And listen to me, we don't, not emotional hype to make you feel so good. We come to church, our characters to be impacted. And before you go to school, listen, when you come for a conference like this, you must hold a pen and a paper. Because out of this, what I'm sharing with you now, there are 16 sections. People attend about it for 3 days intensive. I'm just sharing about 20 slides out. So which means it is not full dose. Those of them who want to go for full dose, then there is. So our inside feelings of pain caused by the hurt, pain inside. When you think about Jimoke, you feel pain inside. Do you feel your emotions have been truncated? Your emotions have been fried by someone's behavior. If you still have the feeling, you're bitter. The second thing I want to show you, bitterness is a tool of Satan to defeat believers. I've noticed something about the devil. The devil will not push you to be bitter, but the devil will give you 355 reasons why you should be bitter. For instance, I just passed here now, and I saw Clem, and I didn't greet him. I passed. 3 things could happen. It's not my passing that is the problem. It is the way the devil will interpret my passing that is the problem. Your life is always, whatever it is that has happened to you in this life is 10%. The impact on you is 10%. It is your reaction that spoils everything. I passed like this, I saw him, and I passed, and I didn't greet him. Look at what the devil will say. Is it Ivie that just passed now? The second thing, now so see finish the take start. Because you follow and play yesterday, he don't see you finish. Now, I'm going to give you the third interpretation. What did he think say he be? Maybe now because of this husband, when he won't marry, now he they catch him. Me, I go show him. Unfortunately, Ivie just maybe lost her phone or her paper or something, and her mind is completely somewhere else. The devil will take a very little matter and blow it out of proportion. Why? He wants to push you to a place of bitterness. Bitterness is a tool in the hands of the devil to defeat believers. Lift your hand and say, I refuse to be bitter. Shout it very loud. Shout it very loud. It happens at home. You come back. Your wife greets you or answers you in a manner. The devil will give you 350 million reasons why you should beat her. So many things may be happening to that woman. She may be going through a hormonal war. It can also happen to a man. You come back and you react in a certain way. The devil takes that reaction and blows it out of proportion. Why? If the devil can get us to be bitter, he has defeated us. Let's begin to find out what bitterness is about. Bitterness is holding inside the emotional pain others have caused you. You are not a goalkeeper. If you hold emotional pain, I will not release this pain. That die lie to lie. You are bitter. So ask yourself, whether you're watching me by way of television or you're listening to me by CD or through the internet, look inside yourself. Is there anywhere you're holding pain? The bad thing about pain is that some of us may be holding pain for 35 years. Some of us may have been holding pain for 40 years. And you know something, if you have been holding it for a long time, after some time, it doesn't feel like pain anymore. But it doesn't mean that the pain is not there. We'll get there. Bitterness damages the heart. I have some doctors around. They will begin to tell you that negative emotions will finish you. Some of these negative emotions will cause ulcer. Some of them cause hypertension. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an expensive thing to hold. Bitterness is not a gift. Bitterness is not a pet. It doesn't make good pet. Something you hold, the pain you hold, you tell yourself the person know what he need to do. And because you feel the person know what he need to do, you refuse to release the pain. Let's find out more about bitterness. Unless we understand and resolve bitterness through genuine forgiveness, we will not be able to face similar circumstances in the future. Here's the deal. I can't promise you that a time will come when you won't feel pain. Human beings are human beings. The Egyptians are men. People will do things that will hurt you. People will say things that will get on your nerves. People will betray you because it is in the flesh of a man. The problem is not what the people are doing. The problem is, how do you handle human frailties? I can't promise you that someone will not lie to you. It's a lie. I can't promise you that someone will not cheat you. I can't promise you that if you step out tomorrow, that someone is not going to step on your feet. The question is this. If you have not learned how to resolve yesterday's bitterness, when a new issue comes, you will not have the strength, the courage to face it. And what we are dealing today is, let's deal with the past hurt. At the same time, let's have the defense to face new hurts, because they will come. Are we together? So how do we resolve bitterness? We're going on. If a similar circumstance shows up in the future, we will block the pain, causing us to emotionally lock up. Here's what happens. If I have been hurt once, and something happens, and the hurt is coming again, what I will do is simple. I don't want anything to hurt me. I will build a fence. And when I build a fence, the purpose of this fence is simple. To make sure that you don't come in to hurt me, that you don't come in to hurt me. Now here's the deal. Can I get any rapper? Anybody with a scarf? Thank you. That's okay. Come on, hold this. I want to act a drama. Are there people who can act drama here? Okay, so can they come? Persevere. I want you to watch what we are going to act. Is there anybody as tall as him here? Two of you will hold this. It's too small. Give me something bigger. What are those who can add them? Charity. Child protection is everyone's business. Oh yeah. What are those who can add them? Good. You're the only one. Just. Okay. All of you, stand in front. I want you to watch this drama. You're going to bring this. When I tell you to cover me, you cover me. Now, these are my friends. Where's your hospital? Joseph, how are you doing? What's your name? Huh? Jehoshaphat. Where are you from? Opa. What about you, guy? Kelly. Kelly, where are you from? Opa. What about you? Adema, where are you from? Wow. All of you are Opa. How is the groove going to be tonight? Going to be fine. How? What's happening in town? What? Now, these are my friends. We the alias friends. We are joking. We are wrapping up. Now, one of them now hurt me. They are my friends, but one of them have hurt me. Can I get my people in living your dreams? Can I get some members of those living your dreams people? Can I get some of you, about 3 or 4 of you? Speed. Now, these are also my friends. These are also my friends. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't need to ask them their names. I know their names. We are together all the time. These are also my friends. Unfortunately, look at what's going to happen. These, my friends, have hurt me. I want to emotionally lock up. Then when I lock up, you will come. You should lock me. Oh, yeah, knock. Who is that? Who is that? Where? Doing what? I don't trust anybody. I don't trust. There's nothing like love. Love cannot be trusted. I don't need friends anymore. I'm an island. No. I don't believe in friends. There is nothing. There are no true friends. What have I done? Look at the people who have hurt me. I have put up a wall. Thank you. The purpose of this wall is to protect me from further pain. Now my friends have come. I can't love them. I can't connect with them because I've locked up myself. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you build a wall to protect yourself, the first victim of that wall is you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Here today, it's so good to have my friends here. I was enjoying Shalom Ogaga. Very blessed. Shalom. The discussion we're going to have today, it's look within and ask yourself watched the conversation that just touched Amarachi Shalom. Welcome. In the conversation that was playing out at that how because of how someone can just everybody welcome. Allow me to drink a little bit of water and Gloria. We're good to go. Let me drink some water. To write these words down. Guilt. Write this word. Okay, say my voice, but the sound is low. Sound low. Now, is it loud? If it's louder. Okay, give us a okay, it says, is it okay now? It is okay, so that we
Let me know if it's okay. Okay, so is our sound better now? Okay. Fault. The breaking up is not my fault. Okay. The first one is guilt. Guilt is that out of commission, out of omission, self-reproach. Write the second word down, anger, and down somewhere. Okay. Then write the third word, perfectionism. The word avoiding risk. These three things I just mentioned, I'll tell you about them. Let me. Okay, so the sound is better now. I'm going to talk to you about this thing. Then take the second first. Write down the word shame. Then write down the word people pleasing. Write down the word shame. Write down the word people pleasing. And then write down the word codependency. Dependent. Then write down the word withdraw. If you have written these words down, I'm going to talk to you about them. You see, so let's dig. Because of around the world today, people have kinds of failure, 5 kinds of failure. Or if I use the word prosperity, there are 5 or you should succeed. The first one is spiritual. The second one is mental prosperity or mental success. Is health success. Health success. It's relational success. Relational success. Spiritual, mental, health, then relational. These 4 things I have spoken about. Most time, okay, financial. In their financial life, they tell themselves they are okay. Sometimes when people are doing well, sometimes when people are doing, have a lot of friends, you tell yourself you're fine. But to a place of wholeness in these 5 places I have mentioned. I'm going to take the aspect of mental success or solid success. If you have discussed in your life, which is, I said, guilt, followed by, then followed by perfectionism. Someone said the volume is low. Is the volume still low? Is the volume still low? Then you might need to check your system. I have just discussed this. Is the volume still low? Okay. I've mentioned they are coming from a belief system called These 5 things I've mentioned: guilt, perfectionism, avoiding risk, all from one thing, a core belief called I must meet the to feel okay about myself, or to feel I am enough. Happens is, while you fight your best to try to meet, if you are not able to meet that standard, you have constant fear of failure. And that constant fear of failure is I've talked about, which is, first of all, I'll say it again: guilt, omission, acts of omission. You find out that there are some people who constantly judge themselves. You have this consciousness of mistakes. I can't come out of this mistake, and you live a life that makes it look as if your mistake regret. You're not able to push on. We call it sin consciousness, where you always evaluate your life from what you did well, what you did not do well. And some people, when you make that mistake, you have stayed. If you remain there and you don't come out from there, you're pulling down to the next one. You have constant from the idea that other people are constantly evaluating your performance. And because of that fear of failure, that when they I have not met this standard that has been setting who those certain people are. So you see that, oh, hey, this spiritual standard, that this all kinds of standard that have, therefore I am a failure. And in striving, you find that you come into a place of perfectionism, where you tell I will not even make mistakes, and you even happens in the life of your children. You mistakenly make a mistake. Everything God has ever jump off through your head, and you constantly will evaluate yourself from that place. And if you come to a place where you are totally avoiding risk, at that point, anything you do, you don't want to turn it in, because you know that once you turn it in, people they're going to find out that you're a failure, or you're already afraid of fear of failure. So you completely avoid taking risk, avoid reaching out, because, hey, what if I reach out and true make a mistake? If I make a mistake, they will discover that I am not at that standard. And when I am not okay, there is something wrong with me. See, if you are at that place, it means that you are not doing well. You don't have solid success, or what we call, even though you may have financial prosperity, you may have a lot of friends, you may have prosperity in your body, but the point is that that aspect of is a bad place to be. Today we were through one-on-one section, and we realized, while we were looking at a 5-year-old man had forgotten completely that his dad abandoned him. That is, the thing was so painful that he had. Were praying, the Spirit of the Lord brought it to his notice that he has not forgiven his dad. He said, no, I have forgiven all of my dad. Disowned me at a certain through life without the consciousness that he has this thing against. At that point, it means that I'm going to do everything to prove my dad wrong. And the more fails more. You won't fail in Jesus' name. Amen. So we have arrived at that. What is the solution? Please, my friends, performance and your person. I don't know why I keep saying this. You must just is different from my person. I don't know whether I've told you this, that I realized that when they through Egypt, he wasn't told to check, to open the door, to check. He was just simply told to look at the lintel. Whenever you see the blood pass, whenever you see the blood pass, it's that day that any Egyptian first son was in the house of the Israelites, where the because he wasn't checking performance, he was checking the blood. When God looks at you, you know what he sees? He sees the blood of Jesus. Your core beliefs. Let's take the second set. The second set has to do with shame. There are people who are it can come from what someone did to you. It can come from what you yourself did. It can come from bad decision you have made. If you don't handle the shame, you arrive easy. There are many people who find they can't say no because no is painful. So it means that such a person, when it has to do with healthy, you can't say no. If you take it to business, it means that you will sell things on credit because you can't say no. You take into a relationship, you can allow yourself to abuse the relationship because with saying no. If you don't deal with that, you're entering the. And what happens in codependence is that you find your validation by people. If there are broken people around you, they need to rescue them and fix them so that you will feel needed. Your validation comes from the point that how many, the amount of broken and wounded people that I can rescue and fix for me to feel needed. That you don't feel you are important is coming from somewhere. I will tell you where it's coming from. If you don't deal, which has to do with withdrawal and isolation, I want you to look at yourself. How many relationships have you dumped? Withdrawal and isolation. Just think about it. Have you prayed that God should send someone your way, and God actually sent someone? You isolated yourself, you built a wall, because what safe is coming from a place, is coming from an ungodly belief that has influenced your person. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. I want to put my hands on my jaw and ask you a question. How many of us have ever been rejected? How many of us here are really, really dealing with, even though you know that the thing is not right, but you are afraid that if I say no to these people, so which means I don't want anybody to ever reject me. Therefore, I will give them what be rejected. I don't know who I just came to talk to. I didn't come for a broadcast. I came to have a discussion with us today, because I'm going to read, you know, I'm a case study person. Every little I'll say, let's do a case study. Are you dealing with shame? Are you in a codependent relationship? You have a problem. Oh. So you find out that when you start feeling that some people are getting a bit distant from you, that their distance creates something inside you. This People, before they reject you, have already rejected them. You don't wait for them to reject you, just calm them the rejection. Realize that some of the prayers we are praying, we are the ones spoiling the prayers. Brokenness that has to do with unmet needs. I tell you that your needs will be met. And if these needs are not met, there are ungodly eventually influences your personality. My friends, as we are getting ready to, I want you to think thoroughly. This belief system is your biggest problem. Someone said, I want to overwork to make sure I'm not rejected. Even, and I want everybody to understand that she wants to walk. She's actually walking. Behind the walk is that I don't want to be rejected. So you find out that in a part of your life to be able to prove a point. And so there are many people that a part of our lives have been put on hold. Someone's story. And then I'm going to put that story. Okay? We're going to read this story. Move this story up and down. I'm not sure. From here. I can read it from here. Heavy and poor. I want to, so you can see that some of the things that is happening in your life, some all driven to achieve. My dad was a well-respected figure, and his sports prowess, especially as a professional tennis instructor, accolades in the beach. His high expectations in sports, his approval, my own, and never seemed to impress him. He freaked. Wasn't good. This is the story of a young man, a sportsman, and he wanted to, was trying to meet his dad's high expectation in sports. Dad's approval. Do you know that your children, for those of us who are parents, fighting to win your approval? Are you? Those of you who are men, for those of you who are women, your sons, your approval, would they get it from you? But the father constantly reminded him in harsh. Many times have you put the people who are close to you into, put the people who are close to you into fear? During our Saturday morning practices, he will yell at me like a drill monster. Don't be such a wimp. Leave me in tears. I felt like for his approval so much that I kept trying to. This is a very bad place to put another human being, where so much, yearning so much to get your approval. Parenting begins by being healthy. It is what you have that you're going to dispense to your children. I felt like a failure. Remember, it's a about the feeling, it becomes core beliefs that will affect the person to perform for him. I told myself that if I could of me, I didn't realize that unhealthy belief was taking root. When we take people to inner healing, we're looking for one thing that has taken root inside you based on how you were treated, based in Africa as a nation. You know, unconscious, these bad beliefs that if you grew up in Nigeria, beliefs, there's a belief system on the inside that some of us get out of Nigeria, but there's a belief system that says, and listen, before they get you the visa, you will understand that every with your belief system. I heard that this thing is breaking. Is that okay? All right, beautiful. If you have we are working on it, but all right, well, we don't, I'm sure we have very bad network today. All right. Is it better now? Is it better? All right. So what I was saying to us is this. Again, look at the root of what you truly believe. Examine what you believe. Otherwise, it will consume you and create a deep fear of failure and rejection that will make you feel worthless unless you perform well and over. Someone says it's still breaking. Anyway, is having a network issue today. God will help us. Okay, so if it's still breaking, we're few minutes to go. I want to bring this to your notice. Constantly check what you truly believe, because whatever you, it will start slowly, and then fear of failure. It will arrive at a deep fear of rejection. You start feeling worthless to meet those standards. Unfortunately, you might not always perform well. So our network is very broadcast at this point. I leave you with this. Check those two things again. Are you dealing with the fear of failure? These two fears stems from one, I have to perform to the standard of certain people, and most times those certain people are not people who are very far away. Those certain people are people who are close to you. The second one you need to look at, when people who are themselves away from you, fear will come in. Fear of, hey, they're about to reject me, they're about to reject me. If you don't, those four things, I gave you the first four categories and the second four categories. And for the second categories, listen, Jesus paid the price, and the price he paid you to a better place. All right? close. Just give me all your attention. If you succeed financially, succeed in your health, succeed really spiritually. We're taking one part of it so that you don't become a star with a big gap. You don't become a father and destroy your children. You don't become people who work with you are burned up because they're. Next week we're going to take 14 different ways they're wounded and they're hurt. Thank you for your time. We're very sorry for how the network. God bless you. See you tomorrow.